So in this quick video, I'm just going to assemble this bonnet. I've painted all of the inside of it on all of the little small parts. That's the bonnet stays. There's the brace. Everything's nice and painted now. It was all horrible and rusty. I'm going to put all nice new nuts and bolts on it. Put the top parts on, or the bottom parts as it is, up this way. And then I shall give it a final feather off. I've painted all of the shuts are all painted. So all I've got to do now is put it together, flip it over, and I can paint this outside of this with the grille and everything in it. Everything's had a coat of paint. The grille's had a coat of paint and the front panel's had a coat of paint. But I want to paint it assembled, the final coat, so when it goes on, I haven't got to worry about scratching it up or anything. And it should look $1 million. And that's pretty much this little tractor wrapped up. Still got to put the new water pump on it. I should do that today. Then the bonnet can go on. The strip's got to go on the dashboard for the bonnet and the wiring. Other than that, mechanically, she's done. Nearly ready to go. That little fella's nearly together now. Just got to put the grill in. I've just had to shoot into town and grab some new bolts. But luckily, quite easy to come by. Central Autos in Fielding. They keep a good stock of Imperial bolts. So I've got some UNF bolts there and some UNC. So it's all got nice new bolts all the way down there. Look at that. So next bit, chuck the grill in, and then I can turn this up the other way, give it a sand off, find any little dents and dings and do those, and then she can get a top coat. Bleeding marvellous. So here we go, the final piece of the puzzle, all ready to get a top coat. Hopefully it'll come out lovely and straight and nice, isn't it? So I shall now throw the paint on it. to bloody do, isn't it? So what's left on this old tractor to get done? Just the wiring, and that's it pretty much. Oh, the wiring and the little toolbox, and that's it. I'll say that. Wiring, toolbox, and a couple more grease nipples to change, and then pump full of grease, and then that is it. And she's done, all done. I've started making a wiring loom already. I've been stealing some wire off of an old car I got out in the yard. Now I found some really good stuff off Temu, which makes the cable look old. So it's like a heat shrink that goes over the top, and it looks like cloth. And also found cloth tape. So I've started making a loom up. This is the loom for the dynamo and the headlights. So that one goes down to the headlight. These two will go to the dynamo, and that will just get tied on around the back of there, all nice and tidy, and up to the regulator box. Now, I haven't been able to find any little nipples, so I'm using second-hand nipples. So I'm going to try and unsolder these and solder them back onto the new cable. So that's the plan, and then this is done. But it's come together very, very nicely. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? Lovely, lovely. Just needs the dust off because it's got a bit dusty in here. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to get on with anyway. Wiring loom time. So I'm going to start putting ends on. Now, I've got some nice copper terminals here as well, which I got from Temu, funny enough. So they're going to be for the dynamo. They should fit on there, hopefully. About the right size. Yep. So I've got all these little terminals, which is fantastical. So it'll look nice as well. So we shall sling these on these cables and hopefully make sure everything works. So that's the plan for today. And then I'm going to do a compilation of the before and after of this tractor. So when I found it, which was in a pretty poor state, and now, which is, I think, very nice. Probably show quality, I'd say. But, you know, you can be the judge of that, and I'm sure you will. Anyway, let's get on with this. So here's a brand new regulator box, which was from SpareX. Now I've printed off a circuit diagram off at internet, so that'll make it easy as. Pretty simple really. I haven't got an ammeter on this, so it's just going to be a positive feed to A, whereas normally that'll go through the ammeter and then to A. I've got a voltmeter, so yeah, I should just parallel that up on a couple of terminals, and that'll give me the voltage. But anyway, so what you'll have is the permanent feed from the positive side of the battery goes to A. Then you've got an ignition feed, which goes through your ignition light, and then to D, and then also off to the smaller terminal on your dynamo. F is your big terminal dynamo. That's your charge one, I take it, the big beefy one. And then E goes to earth, and that's it. So really, really simple. Should already be set up. You can adjust these. There's holes in the back so you can adjust screws. I think they're like coils and points, like they heat up, and yeah. But anyway, that's that. I've got these other terminals on already on the dynamo, but yeah, just got to cut some more bits and bobs. I'm going to see if I can unsolder some of these as well to go into our regulator box. So they're the old style connectors, although they feel as loose as a goose. So yeah, I may have to go and get some crimps. I think these newer ones are designed for the modern crimp ones, so I might have to go and buy some of those, but that's all good. Shop should be open today because it's not Christmas anymore. It's the day after Boxing Day. Noisy bugger, innit? Right. Right, so I managed to find some connectors, which is very nice. Just been down a road. So I got my crimps, and you shouldn't be able to see them, hopefully, once they're on. Now,
hopefully they go through the rubber. I don't know. And it goes on there, go in there. I might have to drill these rubbers out so that blue part fits through this, because at the moment it doesn't fit through, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's no good, is it? Yeah, I might have to drill these rubbers, which I will do. They give you a little tiny hole in there. I don't know what you're supposed to get through there, but it might go through. That part definitely won't go through, which is like a, I don't know what that is, but it stops the, it should stop the wire wearing through on a metal anyway. So I shall stick the rest of these wires through and mark them up. So that one is going to be D, so that's going to go to the ignition switch and to the ignition light. That is, sorry, ignition switch, and then it goes to the terminal on the dynamo. So anyhow, I shall do that, innit? So that's most of the wiring in place now. Loom comes through here, clips around there, onto the dynamo, through to the headlights, up here and up onto the instrument cluster, well, voltmeter, and a light, ignition light. Now, I don't know if the ignition light's going to work because it's an LED one, so I don't know if that's have the same effect as a normal filament bulb, but anyway, we'll try it. I've just got to connect the positives up now onto the solenoid switch down there, and then I can see if it's going to work, isn't it? So here's that heat shrink I've been talking about. So it starts off like that, flat, and you just open it up, pop your cable through, and then when you've heat shrunk it, it looks like that. So that cable now looks like an old cable, even though it's a nice new modern one, but yeah. All goes to look old for the tractor, doesn't it?
So here we go, people. We have a working dynamo. Oh, who put that there? You can see there, recharging about 14 volts, which is bloody marvellous. We've also got lights. So you've got your tail light, and we also have headlights. Look at that, marvellous.